What's up, guys? I'm Josh with the Construction CFO, and today we're checking out WIP reports. So, what is a WIP report? Why does it matter? I've been getting all those kind of questions. I have subcontractors every single day that reach out and they ask, I need a WIP report. Can you get me one? Can you do this? Can you do that? And the answer is basically, no, I can't immediately, but we can. It's a super easy thing to do. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. You can do it in accounting software, you can do it in project management software, or you can just do it in Excel. The thing is, you can't do it in QuickBooks. It has to be in either a a construction accounting software, or it has to be in Excel or, again, a tool that allows it. So we're going to run through the basics of what a WIP report is. I'm going to teach you a little bit about it, and then we're going to go over some nuances that help give you a little more context around your WIP report when your bonding agent or your lending agent asks for these things. So every WIP report is going to require, you have to have these things. You have to have your customer, who's the general contractor, who's the client, whatever that is. What's the project name? Helps associate with the contract because the companies might request a contract to prove that you're actually under contract with these companies. Project numbers, that's an internal thing. That doesn't matter. Nobody cares about how you name things. Same with construction. Project stage, that's just a filter that's in Control Core. We have our original contract value. This one's super important. What does your contract actually say? Is it $500,000? Is it $483,000 with a couple alternates that didn't get accepted? We need to be able to match that up exactly with what's accepted. We have approved change orders, not pending, not time and material. How much have we actually executed a change order for? And then these two columns are a little more calculated, and you have to understand your bidding. You can't just throw out low bids. So we want to know what's our original budgeted cost. And all that means is how much is it going to cost you to build the project? Not how much did you sell it to the client and sign a contract for, but how much did you actually require to buy the material, pay the labor, use the equipment, have company vehicles, have insurance, all of it. How much is dedicated to this project to do it? The next thing is the approved committed part of the change orders. That's basically your budget for a change order. Just because you sell a change order for $100,000 additional, is the cost 60? Is it 80? Is it 100,000? We don't know. You need to be crystal clear for your bank and your loan and your lender. At the end of the day, they just want transparency. They want to see and know all the things that you have in your head that you already know about your project, but you need to find a way to communicate it to them. And the WIP report is what they use to figure that out. The next two on here are a little more complex, but these are super important, especially in construction. It helps the lender see that you understand your cash flow. And so when you look at this, the actual build is how much you have invoiced for. Not received, but invoiced, including retention. Actual cost is how much did I pay on this project so far. And now, again, you're not going to be able to do this kind of a thing in QuickBooks. You can't job cost in QuickBooks. I know that there's a lot of misinformation around that, but the proper way to job cost is not labor, material, subcontracts, and equipment. It's actually much deeper, and I'm going to show you an example. So if I sent this to my bank, for example, and I said, hey, I need a loan. I want a sweep line of credit because I have trouble with cash flow, and I feel like I'm nervous. I can't make payroll. I need to find a way to smooth out my life, make it more easygoing for me as the owner. We're going to look at the first project up there. I have a $500,000 project. That's great. I have $100,000 in approved change orders. Great. I have $450 committed costs, so I know I'm going to make $50,000 on my original contract. I don't have an approved committed change order. I need to know that because that could increase it 20, 40, 50,000. The bank wants to know if I'm going to be able to pay them back, right? So they look at all of this through that lens. Well, this person, can I trust them to pay me back? Because everybody and their dog goes and says, I want to start a business, I need a loan, and then I'll start this great business because I have this great idea. But the bank thinks of it the opposite way. Prove to me you have a good business, and I'll give you money so you can grow faster. Because if you can't pay me back, I don't believe it I don't believe anything that you're telling me. So they're going to sit here and look at how much have you billed and how much have you actually spent. And if those numbers are flip-flopped, if I've spent $2 million and I haven't billed a single dollar, why? They're going to have all of those questions in the context. So I'm just preparing you because you're probably going to get these if you fill this out this way. Now, the one thing that they really want to know, though, with your actual cost and your actual build, how do we know it's right? Can I see your AR report? Can I see your AP report? Can I actually see you job costing all of this stuff and not just a jumbled mess of 100,000 line items applied to a job? And what specifically gets applied? So I've worked at a lot of big companies. This is a very dumbed down, simple version that works for any subcontractor. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're at 50 million. This is the one I use for subcontractors. I have a different one for general contractors. If you guys want to see that, put a link, leave a comment below. I'll make a video showing you how I do general contractors a little bit differently. But what the bank wants to know, you're making money, but how do we know where you're making money? Say this is rock, PVC, concrete. Am I making money on my concrete? If I'm losing money on that and I bid a job that's only concrete, I'm going to be losing exponentially more. But when you look at a job that has every single thing wrapped in it, all of the different scopes that you do, maybe you're really bad at rough-in or underground, but you're really good at trim and you make up for it and you balance out and break even. But if you get the contract pulled away from you, you would have lost money. Or if something happens and the project doesn't continue, now the bank is at risk. They're not going to get their money back. So they really want to know, how do I trust you? How do I know you're actually doing the thing that you say you're doing? So the way that you do that is when you job cost, you break out the way I do it again: material, subcontractors, equipment, labor, direct job expenses. I have a couple others in there for general conditions and things, but those are the main ones. That's where most people stop, but you need to be more specific. So under material, how much did you put in for rock? Big ticket items. The ones I put in here are lumped together with 10,000 or more on a project. So if I do a project that has, $2,000 of concrete and it's a one-off scenario, I'm not going to track concrete on my job cost for every single project. I'm just going to put that under miscellaneous or consumables for that project. Same with things like straps, connectors, wood, screws. There's so many things that just fall. There's things that you have to have, wire nuts. They don't really apply to any specific big ticket item. I think of these as purchase orders. If I'm going to buy one section of the building, the material for the building, what does that look like? Then you have the same for subcontractors. All of these are custom because civil subcontractor is going to have third-tier subs that are different than a fire alarm subcontractor or an electrical subcontractor. We delineate between owned equipment and rented equipment. We want to show that we are actually tracking it in a way that allows us to gain equity in our business or through our assets. We track our trucks, our fuel separately. Equipment to me, again, just me, is my excavators, my skid steers, things like that. We get into doing custom labor codes. And the way that I like to do labor codes are areas of work that are a month or a month and a half long. So I have a lot of background in electrical. So the example I give is I have underground, I have rough-in, I have wire pull, I have trim. Those are the four main sections I like. But then when you get into low voltage, rough-in, fire alarm, telecom, maybe I have phase A, phase B. You can sub those groups out into further areas. But that's how you can really tell, did I make money in phase A or did I lose money in phase A? Because phase B is the exact same thing. Maybe it's floor 3 through 6 and I've only done floor 2. I can tell you if I'm profitable or not. I can see the trends and I can actually make adjustments on the fly instead of just guessing. So I know I went way more in depth than just WIP reports. This is getting into budgets and how to even set up job costing. So If you have any questions on this, drop a comment, send me a message, whatever, I'm here for it. I put this video together specifically because I've had so many of you guys reaching out to me on LinkedIn, and I wanted to make sure I put it out there for you. So let me know in the comments. Please give the video a like the channel. I'm going to try to get more in the rhythm of putting out video content more often to help you guys out. And I appreciate all of you, all of your support. I'll see you in the next one.